Hello, hello, hello. We are back. It is the Chain Crew coming at you with another episode of hot takes, bad takes, good takes, all in between. Today we're just going to be going through our top 10 running backs coming into this 2026 season. Um, we might as well just jump right into it. Who do we all got at number one? I'm going to
Ooh.
just play it like a teacher and say, Carter, why don't you give me yours?
I like that. Bijan Robinson, for reasons that we've provided in the past. I think he's electric with the ball in his hands, running the ball, catching the ball. He is incredibly fast, but he's also so shifty and quick. I think he's got great vision. I just absolutely love what we've seen out of him. And I think that he's just going to get better, and he's already insane. So I got Bijan.
Yep, I also got Bijan. He's unbelievable. Um, I could see him having just one of like an all-time season at some point in his career, 100%. And I mean, like I could also see like Saquon bouncing back and being number one again. I could see Gibbs being up here, but as of right now, I don't think any running backs better than Bijan. I almost said Saquon. Bijan right now. So, yeah.
I got possibly a hot take, but I'm gonna give it to Gibbs. I think Bijan's the better running back, but I think for this season, I see Gibbs having I see Gibbs going 2K in his first true bell cow year. Um, I don't know if that makes sense. I think Bijan's the more fun one to watch. I don't know if it's an O line thing, but I just see Gibbs going. I think Gibbs is my hot take. He's gonna go 2K rushing this year.
Okay.
Mm,
And I'm
I
gonna be boring and round that out by saying my number two is Bijan because he
yeah.
is electric.
Yeah, my number two is Gibbs. I do like what you said. I think that the Lions have a better quarterback and a better offensive line, but their division, NFC North defenses are going to be really good this year, whereas the NFC South defenses will be okay. They'll be decent. I think that Bijan doesn't have as good of an O line, but might face worse defenses than Gibbs. So we'll see. Gibbs might have better line, but better defenses to face. Either way, I think those guys are top two right now, so I have Gibbs at two.
I also have Gibbs at 2. Um, I don't think there's been any crazy takes so far. We all pretty much
Yep.
agree minus, one player being a
Yeah,
different position. So, not exactly shocked. This is pretty much exactly how I thought it was going to go for the top 2. I think after this though is when things will start getting a little interesting because I would say like player number like 3 through 6 or so is like pretty interchangeable depending on how you
Yeah.
look at it. So,
100%.
um my number 3, if I can find my list here, I can't, so someone go next.
You guys, I don't know if you guys are gonna like this.
I'll go first yet again because I actually think three at least to me is pretty straightforward. Jonathan Taylor. Big part of that Colts season last year. Another good O line, but the Colts kind of came from nowhere. And when he's running healthy and he has a decent quarterback slinging behind him, they showed they could put people away. So I really like what JT has to offer. Pretty good size, breakaway speed right now. And there's other really good running backs on that I'm leaving out. And really, I think the only thing he has is I just don't. I think he's still closer to his prime than some of these. There's some amazing running backs still.
My
Carter?
my number three is James Cook.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
That's a great pick.
I love how shifty he is. I love how explosive that offense has been and probably will continue to be. It seems like I mean they're not getting a huge change in play caller. I think he's still going to get the ball a lot. I think that offense is still going to be productive. And I like how great he is at explosive plays. It seems like every other week he's ripping off a 60-yard touchdown, or he's getting a 5-yard touchdown one game, 10-yard touchdown the next game. It just seems like he's always finding the end zone. Um, and I like him in the pass game too. They get him screens. He's not a terrible pass catcher. I think he's just overall all around a very good running back. I still like James Cook, so I got him at 3. Um, Tom.
Well, I'm gonna be agreeing with one of you. I've got Jonathan Taylor at 3. So, I mean, he was unbelievable last year. Like he was possibly in
Oh yeah.
MVP talks before everything fell off, and
Yeah.
Daniel Jones got hurt and everything. I think he's incredible. But I would have him. I wouldn't be against swapping him and my next player because I still think Saquon Barkley is up here. I don't think anything that went wrong with
Yes.
his season last year is anything to do with him at all. Like it, every time I watched that offense, it was absolutely abysmal. I think it was all down to the play calling, the offensive line issues, and then Jalen Hurts just not playing as well as he has in the past. So I have Saquon Barkley at 4 after that. I think he's an unbelievable player, and literally any year he could be number 1.
I would agree with that. I have
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor. So you guys had him at 3. I had him at 4 for all the reasons you said. I mean, he had what, like three touchdown games in the first 6 or 7 weeks. I mean, he was on an absolute tear.
Yep.
It was so cool to see. So yeah, and they got him more involved in the pass game this year too. And he just looked good. He just looked like a freak. He was like, he could smell blood in the water. It's like anytime he touched the ball, I could see him going to the end zone, and so many times he
Yep.
did. He was
Yes.
awesome. So I got JT at 4.
I love that commentary. I don't know if I felt it, but I feel you feeling it through your words.
Thank you.
That's all that matters. Who's your number 4, Schmaze?
And we're at my number 4. I'm gonna give a third guy. I got Devin Achane. Probably a hot take considering the Dolphins offense is looking like it's patchwork together right now. But I just think I'm pretty high on him only because I think with Malik Watson they're gonna really hammer that RPO run game that can be pretty
Willis.
frustrating for defenses.
Malik
Malik
And-
Willis.
Malik Willis, I apologize.
Okay.
Malik Willis, and then also too, I'm honestly like he honestly might lead that team in receiving. I think he's going to get so many screens and dump offs. It's crazy. And
That's
also
fair.
too, he might be the fastest running back in the league right now. His breakaway speed is insane. So I just threw him up at 4.
Wow.
I like
And then
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna-
agree with what you
I don't have a
said.
problem
but
with that.
It's a little high
I'm
for
gonna
me,
I'm
but I
gonna
get
turn
it.
around from 4 to 5, and I'm gonna go with Saquon as well. So say I had Saquon right there after him.
He's
For
the
all the
man.
reasons Dom said, he's a living legend. It's insane how much he's done in his career, and he still has more mileage to go.
Yep. He's awesome. I absolutely love one of my favorite running backs to watch ever.
I also have Saquon at 5. So no big change here.
Hell yeah. My number 5 got Derrick Henry. Can't count him out. Just can't. He had a down year last year, and he had like 1,500 yards. Like he's a future Hall of Famer very easily. He's unbelievable. I don't think going against popular belief right now, where he has a chance of breaking the rushing record. I don't think he's going to do that. But he's definitely just getting closer and closer to, being in the top 3 territory. I think he ends his career probably around that range, but he's just so good. His longevity is unbelievable. And I got to go with Derrick Henry. I'm not going to count him out until I don't see him rush for like 1,400 yards. So
I've got Christian McCaffrey. I got CMC at 6. He had a little bit of down year for as far as rushing efficiency,
6.
but still had a really good receiving year. And I think the 49ers offense will be healthier. I've got some new pieces, but he's still going to be a huge part of that offense and that system. So I got CMC at 6.
I'm boring. CMC at 6 as well. He still possibly the best receiving back in the NFL. So much of that offense still runs through him. And frankly, I don't. I think it was last year. I was saying, what's the difference between 2024 and 2025 when the 49ers fell off versus 2025 where they had a great year. I was saying, well, what am I supposed to expect? CMC is going to make all the difference because in 2024 he had that Achilles injury. And he made a world of difference, even without that rushing efficiency in that offense. I mean, just his presence, even when he's not running it in the receiving game, you can just tell from 2024 to 2025 that team is a different team when he's active.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and
Completely agree.
I'm. Oh, sorry, you got 6 too, Dom.
I do. I do. My number 6 is Devon Achane. I mean, I think he's an awesome player. If he was on a better offense, we would truly see how amazing he is. Like, imagine him behind a crazy offensive line with a good passing attack that can balance it out and get, the rushing lanes open for him. I think he's unbelievable. So I gotta have him at 6.
Fair enough.
Sure.
I have Derrick Henry at 7. To start out our next round here,
Solid.
like you were saying, he defies time. He defies logic. He is an incredible human being. And I think he was decent last year, but the rest of the Ravens team was not, especially with Lamar getting hurt and not playing super well. Their defense was super injured. I think Derrick Henry will come out hot. I think those first 6 weeks of the season, he could go absolutely crazy. Like we saw, wasn't it week 1 was that crazy game against the Bills when the Bills somehow came back, but Derrick Henry had like 170 yards and 2 touchdowns or something, and then he had the crazy fumble at the end. I could see Derrick Henry having an amazing start to the season again with this healthy Ravens offense. So I got Derrick at 7.
Valid. My number 7 is James Cook. He was insane last year. One of the few bright spots outside of Josh Allen and the Bills, offense last year. We'll see how things go this year, but he's so good. He reminds me he reminds me so much of Dalvin, obviously. I mean, they're brothers, but
Yeah.
like they just play so similarly. It's
Yes.
weird to watch them
Yes.
play. And Dalvin was obviously amazing in his own right back in his prime. So it's just fun to watch him. I like him a lot. So he's my number 7.
Yeah, I'm right there with Dom actually. I got James at number 7. I don't know. I think Bijan actually has it on them, but up until Bijan, I don't know if I've ever seen a running back with better lateral to north-south quickness as James and Dalvin. They just run that wide zone scheme so well because they can just go from running directly up their sideline to turning 90 degrees and running upfield so quickly. It's honestly like it almost doesn't feel like they have to do anything flashy because they just turn upfield so fast. So, um, yeah, and like you said, it's almost like watching the second coming of Dalvin. It's pretty cool.
I gotta give you talking about quickness there and getting upfield after going north south and everything. I just got to give a shout out to Chris Johnson, my absolute goat. Maybe the fastest
Yes,
player
yeah,
I've
him
ever
too.
seen. Unbelievable player. So just wanted to give him
Mhm.
a quick shout out.
Fair enough. All right, number 8 for everyone. Schmigs, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll jump in. I'm feeling bad doing this one because I know there are guys you've had already that I still haven't had, but I this is a tough one because it depends on obviously all the off-season shenanigans. I like Josh Jacobs at number 8. Um, I don't have much else to
Really?
say. The dude's just a hammer,
He is
and
really good.
he's been a hammer. So and I like him a lot as uh on the field talent.
Wow.
There
Interesting.
we go.
Okay. All right. I also have a new player for our list. I got 8. I have Kenneth Walker, the third for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Like we've talked about in previous episodes, he is clearly a talented player. When the Seahawks, had to or chose to utilize him as kind of their bell cow, he was incredible. From what I've heard and seen from reports, it seems like the Chiefs are really excited about him, gave him a lot of money, and want to get back to the run game. He might be getting a pretty big workload. Plus, I think the Chiefs are just kind of due for a little bit of a bounce back. So I will see.
Probably
I
not.
think Ken Walker will. I mean, I don't want it, but I think it's probably going to happen. So
Probably.
I think Ken Walker at 8, which I think might be a little high. Maybe should have had him a little bit lower, but I still think he deserves to be in the top 10. So
I
I
don't
got
think
Ken
that's
at
too
8.
bad. My number 8 is going to be CMC. I think he fell off a decent bit this last year. He was obviously an amazing receiving back this year, but I think he had under 4 yards per carry, I want to say.
I think that's right.
So,
wow.
I mean, all of the injuries I think have begun to catch up to him, which is unfortunate because he's a Hall of Fame level talent. He's insane. Like he's one of the best running backs of our generation easily. But he's just had so many injuries over the years. And obviously, he still had 1,200 yards last year, but 3.9 yards per carry. I think he had his longest rush was like barely long at all, if I remember correctly. If I can find it on here, his longest rush last year was 41 yards, which really isn't that crazy, obviously.
Yeah.
I would like to know how many 20-plus yard rushes he had last year because I feel like it probably wasn't that many. I feel like
Yeah.
all of the times I saw him carry the ball, if it was a good run, it was like 11, 12 yards max. Which is still really good, obviously, but the home run threat just doesn't seem to be there, at least last year. Hopefully he's better this year, injury wise, but we'll see.
Mm. Fair enough. Schmingus, who's your? Oh wait, no, we've all given 8 then. So
He had 3 plays of 20 rushing plays of 20 or more yards in 2025.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, and it's also, I think there's a lot to be said. I also think the big concern, and I brought it up, and I know I'm a Seahawks and I'm a hater of the 49ers, but that O-line's getting pretty old too. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like I think I have as many questions about the 49ers O-line as I do CMC himself.
That's valid.
Fair enough. Okay, let's move to our number 9 pick. I've got another new name for you.
I
If
do
you
as
guys
well.
are okay with me starting.
We might have the
maybe
same player then.
They might be the same player. Go ahead, Dom.
Kyren.
Oh, that's not who I
Ooh.
have. Interesting.
He's a good player. I don't
Yeah.
know if I necessarily
He is.
like putting him this
He is.
high because top 10 is hard to say, but he was good last year. Like he had like 1,200 rushing yards. He was good last year in obviously an awesome offense. Talent wise, I would take some other guys above him, like the 2 guys I'll talk about who I have at number 10 that I'm kind of like split between. But I mean, the stats speak for themselves. He was good last year. I got to put him in the top 10. So number 9 feels right. I'm interested in who you had though.
I feel good about that, Dom, only
Mm-hmm.
because I love Kyren as a player because I've constantly doubted him his whole career. I'm like,
Dude,
oh,
same.
these other running backs on the roster are bigger than faster. And he keeps getting the number 1 spot. And I don't know what it is. He doesn't have the greatest speed. He
He's
doesn't
just a
have good
solid back.
size. I shouldn't say that, but he just keeps getting that starting job and he keeps making plays for the Rams. And I can't hate on it.
100%.
I
agree.
I don't mind that pick. I like Kyren again as a talent and
I'm
in the
interested
offense
to hear
he's
what you
in.
say.
I think this guy deserves a little bit more respect, deserves some more flowers. I have
Aaron
Javonte
Jones.
Williams.
Ooh, Javonte. That's a good pick. I
Ooh.
like it.
I
He was
love
good
that.
last year. Super good.
I love that.
Very good last year. The Cowboys
I think-
offense had a resurgence. We've talked about it. When Dak is healthy, 4,000-yard season, crazy. When he's unhealthy, they're totally terrible, and he seems to go back and forth. So he's probably due to get hurt this year because he wasn't hurt last year. I'm sorry. But, like, Dak had an amazing season. Obviously, CeeDee Lamb and I'm sorry, who's the other guy?
George Pickens.
George Pickens had an awesome
Pickens.
year, which helped. Their offense was exciting. Their defense was terrible. So Javonte was on the field a lot of opportunities, but he just looked good. He had a resurgence. He looked like a really fast back, like a talented back. Like he wanted to run through people and around people. He was their goal line work. And I kind of want to see it again. It was cool to see someone who I don't even think he was in top 100 players picked in fantasy last year and ended up being like running back 6 or running back 8 or something like that. So I think that was awesome. And I think that we could see something similar again this year. So I got Javonte.
I like it.
Not to keep giving commentary. Oh, I got my number 9 too, but I wanted to say on Javonte too. Same reason I picked Josh Jacobs. I just think it's fun when you have pass happy offenses and you have a power back. It just adds an element of toughness to the team. Like, okay, send your safeties out deep. I'm running a guy who likes to lower the shoulder.
Yeah.
Hopefully if you got a light box, it could be fun for your nickel.
That was LeGarrette Blunt
but,
for the Pats back in the day. Miss him.
Oh, LeGarrette Blunt, I think he's
was
quintessential power back. But yeah, I mean it's kind of
fucking
like
right.
you got Jacobs, Williams, Montgomery, but Montgomery's getting up there. Like those guys who you just know are looking for blood when they start running. My number 9, this is probably way too late, but I got King Henry, and the only reason he's this far back is because the age is always a concern to me. But I've said that the last 2 years, and he continues to run wild. So
True.
I don't know. He's if you're talking Hall of Fame, he's got the best bid of any people on this list. But for next year, I just got him at number 9.
Nice.
Not terrible.
My number
Go ahead.
10 is not that exciting. You guys have already listed. My number 10 is Devon Achane, for all the reasons that you guys listed it for. I am just really nervous that this offense is not going to be able to move the ball. I mean, new play caller, new quarterback, traded away their best receiver. Their other receiver's insane and doesn't know where he is. Like, I just don't see the Dolphins being able to. I agree with Shmiz's point where Devon Achane might lead their team in receiving, but it's probably going to be a really low number, and I don't see him scoring a lot of touchdowns. So I love him as a player, but I think the situation is really poor for him this year. I
That's
could
fair.
be wrong, but
Yeah.
I have Devon Achane at 10.
I put 2 names here. One of them is a player who I'm putting at 10, and the other one is one that I think is going to be top 10 this year. But the one I think is going to be there is Ashton Genty. He's
Yep.
he's insane.
Ooh.
He's so good. Even
Say it.
he had a pretty down rookie year, but like anybody who actually watched that team, he was getting hit behind the line of scrimmage nearly every single play. He'd break
Yep.
multiple tackles and have like the best 2-yard run like every single time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a him issue. It's just like Saquon. Like, it's not his issue whatsoever. He has all of the talent in the world to be top 10, top 5, wherever you want to put him on this list. But
Agreed.
my actual pick here is Kenneth Walker. So he was really good. He's on the Chiefs offense. I'm interested to see how that goes. I'm not going to say I'm excited for it because I don't like the Chiefs, but I'm sure he'll be good there.
Yeah.
To your Ashton Genty point, I love that pick also just because I watched Clint Kubiak all year last year. Seahawks ran the ball more than any other team. That's the guy going to the Raiders. They're going to run heavy. Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers are going to get in line, and they're going to see who's tougher, play in and play out. So I'm really interested to see this Raiders defense because they got the tight end talent to run that heavy personnel he likes, and they obviously got a running back to do it.
Well, now they got a QB
It's
who
just
can
hard
actually
'cause-
open up the running lanes by throwing it.
Well, yeah, yeah. And I don't think Chip Kelly, who was for his dementia-ridden brain, was helping him too much either in that respect. But it was such a disaster last year. Kind of like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Kenneth Walker too. Not much to be said. His size and speed is top 5, I think, in the NFL right now. He is so big and so fast. But for whatever reason, he just couldn't put it all together on the Seahawks. If he can put it all together for the Chiefs, I mean, he could be spectacular. But I'll believe it when I see it as well.
I've got 2 quick honorable mentions I want to make because it was hard. I wanted to put a couple of these guys at 9 or 10. I could really see them. Ashton Genty was one of mine. I have to give a shout out to 2 guys in the AFC, Chase Brown and Omarion Hampton. Chase Brown for the Bengals. I think the
Omari's
Bengals
gonna be a
offense.
beast.
I think Chase Brown is like, he's not a
Yes.
big back, but he reminds me of like Christian McCaffrey, where he's like quick, he's a good catcher, but he also is not afraid to lower the shoulder, to juke you out. I just like Chase Brown. They seem to get him the ball a lot, and Joe Burrow likes him. But Omarion Hampton, when he was healthy, like when we saw for like 3 or 4 weeks, when he got at least 20 touches, he was incredible. He was moving the ball. He was running through people. He was running around people. He looks like
He was catching.
he looks like a really strong fit running back that might be able to do it all. I'm really excited to see him progress and develop. So we'll see. I mean, again, that Chargers offense should be better, should be healthy, and I think that he's probably not going to compete a lot for touches. So Omarion Hampton, we could see have a full breakout year, I think, this year.
Beyond should be offensive line being healthier. Spent 24 mil, 3-year 24 mil on Charlie Kohler, who you don't know the name, but he was a great blocking tight end for the Ravens. Went and got David Njoku, went and got Alec Ingold. I think they want to run the ball. They got tight ends and they got a fullback, and they can actually. I see them going pretty
Great
heavy,
point.
31 personnel, 32 personnel, and just saying, let's see who's tougher. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Every team in that division in the AFC West is going to want to run the ball and win on the line. It's going to be a
yeah,
bloodfest. It's going to be sweet to see every team
It's
just
gonna be
want to
fun
try
to
and run
watch,
the
yeah.
ball first, second down. Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be
Well, and it's
trenches
gonna take,
battle in that
you know,
division.
to that credit, it's what needs to happen because they need to take some of that pressure off Justin Herbert. They need to have some other ways
Yeah.
to get chip yards so that he doesn't need to constantly be dropping back passing. He can
Be the
set up
hero.
in a clean
Yeah.
pocket and make downfield throws.
I agree.
Agreed. Awesome. That was fun, boys.
Also-
That's our top 10 running backs coming into this season. You know, I guess we're ranking on skill and kind of situation. And so I think we were pretty even. I mean, none of us had any absolutely crazy takes, I think, but
No. It's pretty
clearly we know who we like.
pretty regular.
I think the two craziest for me was obviously I was a little bit cold on Derrick Henry, and I
Yeah.
think I was a little shocked how cold you were on a chain. But other than that, I think it was pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, we'll do more of these coming up. I think our next video we're going to talk top 10 wide receivers. We're going to obviously do some NFL honors predictions as well. Maybe go over some tight
Sure.
ends. You know, more top 10 lists coming up. So, thanks everyone for listening. I'll hit us with the outro. Peace and love.